I loved this movie. I thought it was so much fun. It's so funny. I don't think it even really tries to be the original Home Alone. It really does something different. But I want to ask you, because the number one question people are going to be like, why touch a classic? How do you respond to that? And what was it about this movie that really caught your attention?
I totally get that because I'm one of those people that was one of those is one of those diehard fans. I grew up on, Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. So when I first got the, audition to when this project was going around, when I got the script, I was thinking, well, what are they going to do? And 5 pages in, I was like, I am in. I get the tone. I get what they're trying to do. Mikey Day and Seidell, I think, were the perfect people from SNL to take this on, because it is a little tongue-in-cheek of like, they're bringing those Easter eggs in, but it's certainly its own thing. And that's what I think is so fun. If, they have elements where I think the classic fans are going to be like, that. And then new things where I think the next generation is going to be like, ooh, this is our own thing. So I think Dan Mazer also did such an incredible job in that way. And, his background of doing like Borat and Ali G really gave it that kind of freedom and hilariousness that I think this movie brings.
I agree with you. It wasn't really what I expected, because I kind of went in. I didn't know that Mikey and Streeter had written it, and then you see all these kind of comedic kind of legends popping up throughout the movie, and I was like, oh, this. So what was that like on set? Because it was just people popping in every single day.
Literally every day. One day I'd be like, oh, there's Kenan, and oh, there's Chris Parnell, and obviously Ellie and Rob are such joys. I love them both so much, and they were the perfect people to kind of, bring these new robbers to life. It was just such a dream. And like I said, I think Dan Mazer really set that tone of, we're going to have fun, and everybody's character, I want you to go and live and breathe that and be able to improv and bring whatever you want to it. So that was so much fun. We did a lot of impromptu stuff, like the song I sang. And
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that was something they added. He was always talking about it, was in his vision. And then towards the end of it, I think they were even writing some of the song like the day of. And so we did it on the fly, and it was so fun.
That's hilarious. I think you might be the secret sauce, because Toy Story 4, people were like, no, Toy Story 3 is perfect. And then you did the 10 Things I Hate About You series. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah. That's right. Oh my gosh.
And then they work, so.
Here we are. I just keep saying my 14-year-old self is like, what's happening? Like Toy Story 4 and Home Alone, like what's happening? Which is, it's so cool for me. It's very full circle moments.
If you had to tackle another reboot from our youth, which one would you pick?
Oh my gosh. Well, what's funny is it's already happening, but Hocus Pocus is.
You're doing Hocus Pocus?
No, I'm just saying if I could, I would be part of the Hocus Pocus too, because that's iconic too. Ugh.
Let's put that out there, because I think there's still time for that. So
hey guys.
In the Disney family, let's go.
Just keep it going,
I mentioned there's a bunch of, there's some references that really pay homage to the original Home Alone, which I love. Did you have a favorite kind of moment in the movie where you were like, that's awesome?
There was a couple, obviously, having Buzz there is just like, what world are we living in? This is so awesome. I didn't get to meet him, but, just even seeing him in the movie or hearing people talk about him being on set was like, Buzz is here. That's so cool. And I think there's a little reference to Little Nero's Pizza, which, is iconic, and all the things. I just feel like there's little subtle things that are really smartly done, even what Aisling was talking about with the jacket, kind of that homage to the, tan jacket. So many fun things.
What was with the milk? Is that something from the original, or was that just there was so much milk?
That's true. What's funny, we had a whole thing we improv. This is when Tim and I were going off about milk and soy milk and almond milk. And I don't know, there was a lot of talk about milk. We'll have to ask Dan about that.
You mentioned Toy Story 4. Mm-hmm. And so for anyone who doesn't, maybe only knows you voice only, Officer Giggle McDimples sitting right here. Do you think we could get Toy Story 5? Do you have a dream story for Giggle McDimples?
Can you imagine? How fun would that be? I feel like it also leaves it in a really great place to see what this, where they go from here in the fair and that night circus. So I don't know. I would love that. I keep saying to anyone, I will reprise giggle any day, anytime. I'll leave a message on your voicemail, like whatever you want, I'll bring her back to life. But yeah, she's awesome.
This movie's definitely going to get everybody into the holiday spirit. What are your favorite and least favorite holiday traditions? What do you do? What does your holiday season look like?
My family always has this big party with all of the extended family. And my grandma kind of set this tradition where we always end the night by singing the 12 Days of Christmas. And each person, like we huddle into groups and each person has their thing. So it's like, oh, you're the turtle doves and you're the 5 golden rings. And so it becomes this very like group singing thing and everyone tries to outdo each other. So that's like definitely a tradition within my family. Beyond that, the worst traditions, I was always someone that hated eggnog. I just couldn't get behind it. But yeah. I think as I'm getting older, my palate is changing. I'm like, you know what? Eggnog kind of slaps. Like eggnog's pretty good.
I have no idea if eggnog is supposed to be alcoholic or not. Like every time I go to drink it, I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Like, am I drunk or am I just drinking eggnog? We don't know.
It's like when you were a kid and you ordered a Shirley Temple because I thought. It's like,
exactly.
A cocktail.
Here I am with my fancy Shirley Temple with like a full pineapple in it.
Yep. Last question for you. So we mentioned all the amazing legends that kind of came in and out of the set. Do you have a most memorable interaction that you had while filming this movie?
I would say just meeting and working with Ellie Kemper is such a dream, just because seeing her as such a hilarious woman in comedy is just something I really, is so inspirational. And she's also just such an awesome person. Like we really connected and bonded weirdly over salads. Like if you ask her about it, just be like, what was the salads that you and Allie ate? We just had this salad that we're obsessed with and we'd always text about, what salad did you get today? It sounds so lame, but like she's just relatable in that way. She doesn't take herself that seriously. And I really enjoyed working with Ellie a lot.
Oh my gosh, you two are so funny in this movie. Like, I feel like Ellie, like, she barely has to do anything, and I'm like cracking up because she just.
That's the thing, is she would just say anything, and I'm like, Ellie, you're so fun. Like, she's one of those people that's just effortlessly, she could say anything or say nothing at all, and she's hilarious.